What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Collective Comics and the Lights Comics Action Podcast. This is episode number 3 that we're doing now. My name's Javier. This is the homie Jake.
We had Zach on last week. If you haven't checked that one out, Zach from your other podcast joined us to talk about Black Adam last week. I think that was a good podcast, if I do say so myself.
It was a lot of fun.
I ended up, I listened to him when I'm editing, but I think I listened to it like 2 other times just because I would listen to it and I'd forget that it's our podcast. So I was just like, this must be an okay podcast if I'm forgetting that it's me talking. Because usually I'm so critical of me talking that I'm all right with it. You know?
Yeah, I'm getting more and more used to it the more and more that we do it. I'm having a lot of fun doing it as well.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things that are happening this week.
Yeah.
That we're seeing November 1st, Tuesday.
Oh, that's DC release day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
DC
okay.
release.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I am so stoked. We have the Joker and Batman deadly duo.
Deadly duo. Teaming up. Joker and Batman teaming up.
That's insane.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It blows my mind. The second I heard about it, I think we heard about it first August, September.
Yeah, it was probably somewhere around there,
yeah. Yeah. My head popped. I flipped my lid. I went absolutely nuts. I think I immediately texted you and was like, dude, do you know what they're doing?
Yeah, you had to grow your head back like Deadpool and just come back to life. You just walking around headless for a while after that announcement.
Right. Yeah. That I was so stoked on that. I can't wait to see that. We're gonna be seeing that Tuesday. I put every single issue on my pull list. It's a 7-issue miniseries.
Yeah, it came out yesterday if you were listening to this on Wednesday.
Yeah. So we have it.
If you saw our pull list, you already know, he put that on the pull list, spot number 1 for him.
Yeah.
You got, don't you have, all the variants reserved? And, yeah, you got it ready to go.
I think I got 2 of each. And he's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, dude.
Well, you got to have one to read, and you got to have one to not read.
Yeah, that and then Batman Spawn. I did it the same day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I'm excited about that one. I just watched a lot of the Spawn animated series because I didn't know a lot about Spawn, and I read online that it was the animated series is really good and it's pretty accurate. So I'm like, it's worth watching, you know? So I've been watching it.
I actually haven't watched it.
It's from the 90s, so it's a little, it's almost, it brings up memories for me of the old shows that I used to watch back then. It's definitely the quality of Gargoyles and stuff back then. That's the quality reminds me of that. Yeah. And then Todd McFarlane intros every episode pretty much. So he has a little intro, and he's sitting at a cartoonist desk in a suit, and he's like, the darkness. Be afraid. Turn off your lights and watch Spawn. It's time for Spawn.
That's super cool. That's total R.L. Stine Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I've also been consuming just a lot of Deadpool because I had a DJ gig last night, so I'm coming off of that. I'm real tired today.
Right. That was a lot of fun.
It was fun, but for my first set, I did 2 half-hour sets. For my first set, I had gun holsters with toy guns. I had the whole Deadpool mask on, and then I just watched Deadpool again yesterday just for fun. And on the pull list, Deadpool 1 is coming out this week too. Yep. So life's full of Deadpool right now.
Oh yeah. A new movie. You know, all those announcements and stuff like that. I'm excited for the future.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And to put the past of other stuff behind us.
I'm surprised you're excited for a Marvel release.
I'm excited about it, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
And I think that's my whole thing with Marvel right now, because we like you said, we just went and saw Black Adam.
Yeah.
And past 3 DC releases for me are just absolute bangers.
So this comes out on the 2nd, I believe. So we're still about 9 days away from Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm gonna go see.
I definitely want to go see.
So maybe we'll hit that. Probably be. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after that.
It's Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I'm excited for that. See what they do. But for Deadpool, I think that was. that was like a Ryan Reynolds thing. Is like, if we're doing Deadpool, we're doing it my way. Like, it has to be.
Yeah.
So I think the right hands are on Deadpool. So I don't think, it's not gonna be like a Love and Thunder or a She-Hulk. I don't think, but
I hope not.
We'll see when it comes out. I can't, I don't have anything to really base it on until the last two are
other
good.
than the last of them, and those were good.
Yeah, I liked them a lot.
I know. I'm not a huge fan of the fourth wall breaking thing, but
I like it. I mean, like I said before, it's like, as long as it's not just like, if it's a character that's never broken the fourth wall and then all of a sudden they just do it for some reason, like, that's kind of dumb to me. But if it's a character that is constantly breaking the fourth wall, like, that's just part of it for me at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if you do it the right way, and with Deadpool, it just left such an impression on me that it was just like, it was fine, then, and now, going back to the She-Hulk thing, for 2 seconds. But when they were breaking the fourth wall, it was like, that was her explaining the hole that they just created.
Yeah.
And like,
they did it differently, I guess.
Yeah. And like acknowledging the fact that they're going to have a cameo every episode, just a straight Wolverine drop, like stuff like that, to where like they couldn't think of a creative way to drop it in the show.
I think that some of them were better than others, but there were definitely some of them that were like, you didn't need to, but.
Yeah, like when Deadpool breaks it, he tells the story.
Yeah.
To me, he's not like, this isn't going to be one of those,
Yeah. It's I also was, when I was rewatching, because I just watched the first Deadpool, I'll probably watch the second one just like while I'm waiting for something to happen or editing or making graphics or something. But I was just like going back to like Love and Thunder and some of these other Marvel movies where they take like the comedy too far.
Yeah.
And I was like, they did it with Deadpool, the sarcasm. I mean, Deadpool is a lot more sarcastic and a lot more mouthy and,
rated R.
Stuff like that. But like Iron Man and Doctor Strange, like they all do the sarcastic one-liner thing. So like, why did they like deviated from that to like take it 4 steps further, and that's where they went too far. I was like, it's like they stick to a recipe, but then every once in a while they have something that works, and they're like, this works, let's break it, let's ruin it.
Yeah, let's put more sugar in it. But it's no biggie. I guess.
There's also other things that came up this week about, you had a slab thing that you were telling me about.
Oh yeah,
and that's something that you need to teach me on. And I don't know if people listening would know, if they would be aware of the news coming out or not. But
right.
I feel like you can break it down a lot better for me and people who don't necessarily understand what that all means.
Right. So with CGC and the Signature Series, which you have the King in Black up there, the yellow labels, they always have to be like witnessed by CGC. They hold these signings. Like Todd McFarlane just did one not too long ago, and 3,000 books were sent in, and they paid their money to get them signed and slabbed and graded and cleaned and all that stuff. And that was the only way to get that CGC label. And CGC would never do the authentication process. So you would have be forced to, like, if you were at a con and got a book signed, CGC didn't see that happen. So there is no way to get a yellow label on that, even though it has a COA and it has all this like authentication stuff. It doesn't matter to them. They're like, that is marker on the front of a book, and I don't know who did it because I didn't see it. So they've always been like the leading way to do that,
Yeah.
because their books are priced just slightly higher than a CBCS.
Okay.
Which is the second.
Yeah, I didn't even know until you started telling me about this the other day. I didn't even know there was. I thought CGC was it. Like that's who you go to. I didn't realize there was another company.
There's a few different companies. There's EGS, which is actually pretty cool because they just stepped up their game. I feel like they're right in line. They're just slightly under CBCS, but they're the new guys on the street. Within the last 10 years.
Okay.
And they're doing pretty cool stuff. They started with these like self-sealing slabs and all this stuff, and now they're getting up to date, and getting right up to par with the CGC slabs and stuff like that, quality-wise. which is really cool. They also do that authentication process as well. So you can go to any other of those companies besides CGC, but CGC kind of have always had that like seal on it, like this has to happen or you can't do that. And the news that we got, I don't know if it's not like official news. It's a lot of rumors.
Yeah,
but
unofficial news.
They're rumors from inside sources.
Okay.
There's one YouTube channel that I watch, Mint Hunter Comics. He was the one that I heard about it first, and then everybody else started posting about it, and I was like, this has to be something nuts,
right?
Because and all these guys have their friends at CGC and can text them type of thing, so they know what's going on, and I think they're rumoring it on purpose, but they're going to start doing the authentication process that CBCS has been doing forever.
So you don't need to get it signed there anymore. They can authenticate it if you just bring a signature.
Yeah. And I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to just still give it the yellow label if it's real, and they...
Yeah, or maybe they'll make another label like...
That's what I think.
Like a green label. It's a signature, but it didn't happen in front of us kind of thing.
Yeah, because like what people also don't... Because you don't see them very often. You like when you buy a really, really old book and you want it restored, you can get it like color touched and all this kind of stuff and fully restored. It costs a lot of money to do that.
Right.
And get it up to that 9.8 that nobody has.
Right.
But it's a CGC purple label.
Okay.
So I feel like that's what they're going to end up doing.
I've never seen those.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to still try to keep the quality and the collectability of
the yellow label.
Yeah, of their signature process, because it's a whole event. It's cool.
I was going to say, like, it seems like a weird time to be like making that jump, because I feel like it's easier than ever to get a fake signature on anything.
Yeah, and that's one thing that people have done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's kind of crazy because they've gotten their books back from CBCS, and they signed it, and it's deemed that it's a real signature.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
So that kind of, it's like, I don't want to say anything bad about it because I believe in the authentication process, but I'm unless you see a million of those artists' signatures and you know exactly what their signature is like every single time, you're not going to be able to tell.
Yeah, but like
Stan Lee's is very distinguishable.
Yeah,
you can tell, and they can tell when a Stan Lee signature is real, and I feel like that's the importance of it.
But I mean, just the day that the person signed something, they could just have, somebody could have bumped an elbow, or they could have shook, or and that signature might not be real. Like, it is real, but it might not be the same as every other signature. But I feel like with everything nowadays, like that's happening with AI and all that stuff, I feel like, I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen, but I feel like they should keep that yellow label a tier above. You know what I mean? Yeah. I agree with that. That would be cool.
I feel like that's what they're going to do. They haven't like put out any official statements or anything like that, but I feel like that's what they should do. That's what they're probably going to do.
Well, definitely.
Even if it's an orange label.
Just close to yellow.
Just make it different. You know what I'm saying?
Off yellow.
Yeah. It's something that makes it distinguishable.
Yeah.
Like, it's different than the yellow label.
Right.
This is the red label,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, green label.
Yeah.
Rainbow. I don't care what color it is, but I definitely feel like they should keep that like witness signature, just at least some kind of tier separate, because I mean, it is special. I mean, you went out of your way to send it there on that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that is cool. But it is nice because, I mean, especially with so many conventions and stuff now, like artists going all over the place, it makes sense to have something there to, if I go to C2E2, and get somebody to sign something, it'd be cool to be able to get that slabbed if I want to, you know?
Like, I have a bunch of these past years, like New York Comic Con signatures that I'm like, these are cool and I want these slabbed, but that's the whole thing, is that people want them in the CGC slabs.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they're doing it, because by default, you kind of have to go CBCS, or as of right now, CGC knocks it. And it's just like, oh, that's marker on the book.
Yeah, it's marked up
6.0.
Right.
Stuff like that. Exactly. Somebody drew on the front of this book, and they write it on the label, and they purposely do that, to kind of keep the value there. But CBCS doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But now I think that's I'm excited to see what happens with the other competitors, because that's something that they offer that CGC doesn't, and I feel like that's why they've always been second. And now if CGC starts doing it, they're just going to stay on top.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was thinking. Like, is CGC the only one that you know of that has the artists come and sign them in the store, or do the other companies do that too?
I'm sure they probably do, but they don't, it's not like CGC's.
Right.
I've never really heard of anything. I've never seen it. I've never really had a desire to send any books out to CBCS for an artist signature, you know.
Right.
I've never heard of them, you know, on top of it. But if Peach Momoko went to, you know, CGC to do that, you know, they're going to get a lot of books.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody, I mean, for those other companies to stay in it, then, like, they'd almost have to have those artists come and, you know, get that extra tier above. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or do something so extraordinary with their cases that, like, I feel like it's classy, like, almost.
Right.
You know, CGC slab, especially versus, I'll have to bring a CBCS slab just so we can, like, be them. But they're classy. Some people actually like the CBCS slab more, but I like the CGC slab.
I just keep looking at the slabs that we have just to look at like what we're talking about.
Yeah, just references. They're
all
really
of them
clear.
are CGC slabs, so I don't have anything to compare it to.
Right. They're almost like, when you hold them up in the light, they're so clear that they're like almost tinted blue.
Okay, yeah.
And stuff like other slabs aren't like that.
Right.
You know, they're going to have to, these companies are really going to have to step up their game. The one thing I do like about EGS is that you can customize the label. So you know how they have like the CGC blue, yellow label and stuff like that. EGS, you can do a fully custom label, have a graphic designer do it, or you can kind of like do it yourself.
Yeah.
With their default stuff on their website.
I mean, that's cool.
Was cool.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's their thing.
I feel like that's really cool too, because I'd imagine there it's a little bit cheaper to send it to them than to send like CGC, right?
I think it's right around the same, but like if you were to send the same book to CGC, regardless, it's gonna sell 10 to 20% higher than the CBCS or EGS.
I wonder if there's like a slab company, or maybe we need to start a slab company where like you could do that and customize your slab, customize your thing. Because I'm thinking like there's things that I have, like Ampharos is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I have like this holographic Japanese Ampharos, which I would like to have at slab, but I'm not expecting to make a bunch of money. They're not worth a whole hell of a lot, but for me, I'd like to have that slab.
Right.
So I feel like something like that would be cool to like customize and get a little bit cheaper slab and, you know, have this experience to have the special thing. Or like, I have like a Scotty Young, the one that I bought last year, I think, or last week, it was like All Out Avengers or something. It's not it's not like a crazy special, like over the top thing.
But you really like Scotty Young.
But I like it, and it'd be cool to like put like a custom thing on it and just have that slab. You know,
that's EGS. That's 100% the way to go.
But if it's going to cost the same as going to CGC, I might as well just get the CGC label on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If there was like a slab company for like personal storage, or I mean, can you just buy slabs? I guess you probably could just buy slabs too.
Like empty ones?
Yeah.
Not like
CGC
slabs. I don't think you can just buy CBCS slabs. All these companies now have their own patented slabs, so nobody can copy their style and the way it locks together and all, and the way the book goes in and all that kind of stuff. But they do have these like ones that you can get a slab and get whatever label that you want in it. If you want it custom made on the internet, get that shipped in, and you can self seal it yourself. But you can still always like just pop the side
open
off. And
see, I mean, something like that would be cool if there was a company that had like a slab just above that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a little bit cheaper, and that's fine. I'm understanding that like this is for me. It's not for my like eBay collection or like my whatnot streams, or you know what I mean. This is for my personal collection.
Yeah, I feel like that's EGS 100%.
Yeah.
But they're right under CGC. They're like the third in command right now because they just stepped up their slabs, like their actual slabs. They look a lot like the CGC slabs, but they're custom.
Maybe somebody listening is like, "Yo, idiot, do this. This is what you're talking about."
They're like EGS. I can hear it now.
They could correct us, because like there are things in my personal collection that I definitely would slab just for like display, or you know, something like that, or maybe
you're hearing my voice crying.
This maybe like because frames are expensive too, you know, stuff like that, you know, if you do that. But I don't know, I would just start thinking. That's what I'm doing.
Right. So yeah, that's some big stuff that if CGC does that, then it's like almost like, what is CBCS going to do?
Yeah.
If that's what if they authenticate signatures, what is CBCS going to do in order to keep up with that? Because that's almost like you're going to just take them out of the game at that point, because EGS has the custom ones. CBC doesn't have anything really other than to offer other than their authentication process.
Yeah.
And
CGC I thought you were said CGC. Yeah, CGC is CGC, so it's already like king.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like anyways. And then there's the customized company. Yeah, the one in the middle. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like they're going to be forced to customize. They're going to be forced to
do something.
Yeah. Customization is probably going to start being industry standard, and then CGC is going to hop on it, and then what's going to happen? You know, things like that. It's going to start a whole train of things. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
You know what I want? I don't know if this is a thing or not. I'm the ideas guy today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I want? I want to get a Jim Lee variant, and I want to be able to send that to like CGC or one of these other companies, and they have like a white label, and Jim Lee would do custom illustration on the label. So you get all the information on the label. It's custom Jim Lee label. And like say he only did like 50 books that way. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't do 3,000 books that way.
Well, each one would be different.
Right.
Especially
that's
if
what
it's
I'm
just
saying.
like a Sharpie, or like he's probably going to draw something that's in that book, or the cover
or something
cool.
he was going to draw like his Batman or something in the corner. You know, I think that would be super cool.
That's a good idea, man. That's $1 million idea.
Hey. Don't take it. I just need to get to be friends with Jim Lee and all these other illustrators.
We just need to hit up CGC and we'll just hit them up and we'll talk.
No, we need to hit up that middle company that got nothing going for them. I'm not saying they don't have anything going for them. I don't know.
Yes. They got a dark, grim future, I feel like, ahead of them. And I feel bad saying that because I have CBCS slabs, but it's just going to, I feel like, devaluate even more, give you even more of a reason to go to CGC. The only thing that scares me is that I feel like they're going to raise their prices, because they've been raising their prices a little bit. But if they stay on top and they do that, they're going to raise their prices even more.
Everything's getting more expensive, so I mean, it fits. You know what I mean? Everything's going that way. But I had another thing that I wanted to say and I forgot.
Oh no.
I had so many good ideas in this episode already. We're only 25 minutes in, man.
Right. I mean, that's like quarter of the way. That's kind of that's more than a quarter of the way.
That's almost halfway.
Yeah.
But I just had another idea. I can't remember it. Oh well. You know what? I wanted to get your reaction to this live, and this is all just like internet, like reading, you know, just BS. Because I also read on the internet today that Tom Cruise was going to be Iron Man.
What? No, dude.
Bro, it was so funny because it was just like it was like a picture of Tom Cruise with facial hair, like a weird beard.
Yeah.
And then the headline was just like something like Tom Cruise stuns as new Iron Man. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I clicked on it just to see what they was talking about. And it was a joke, obviously, but they had edited a little like video, and it was like when Tom Cruise wasn't on screen, it was Iron Man.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, instead of like going to Tony Stark, it was just Tom Cruise with a beard.
That is hilarious.
And he didn't say anything. He just made like grunts and noises. Dude, watch Tom Cruise actually come in as Iron Man, and
I'd freak out because like I feel like I will never unsee Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's had a million great roles before Iron Man.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
he is Iron Man.
For the last how many years he's been Iron Man.
He's going to continue being Iron Man, and then don't pass away, dude. You know,
wasn't that a big thing though after like Endgame and stuff? Like he doesn't want to. He's done.
I think, but I don't know. I've also seen him post about it.
Yeah. Well, I saw on his Instagram he shaved his head. So
did he? I didn't even know.
He shaved his head, and like his kids like painted the back like a jack-o'-lantern, and they put a stem on his head. And But I thought that was like one of the big things. He's like, I don't want to be Iron Man anymore. I'll be him in like Avengers movies and group movies and big movies. But like, if you need an Iron Man, I'll be there. But I don't want to do another Iron Man movie.
Oh, he might have. Yeah, but Christian Bale was saying that too when he was doing Batman. And then I just saw like a recent interview with Christian Bale, and he was like, I loved it. I loved The Dark Knight. I loved playing the character. I would do it again. And I'm like, didn't you?
3 Jokers.
Maybe that's what's happening.
He's hinting at it.
Maybe he literally is.
It.
It was just some podcast interview.
Right.
This dude's got a beard. He's got this long hair. Oh, bro.
Old man Batman?
Yeah, maybe. I thought like
your boyfriend's
Pattinson
out.
was going to be him. Pattinson?
No, Keaton.
Keaton. Oh, yeah.
No, we already have old man Batman. It's Ben.
Let's just get Clooney back. No, I'm joking.
old man Batman is just Ben Affleck. He's already friggin' jumping from building to building with his walker. Oh my god! I don't.
He's
I
just
heard.
big and
I heard
bulky
some
and
people
slow.
saying how they liked Batfleck. What do they call him?
Batfleck. People really do actually like him.
I
think
I
the Variant
hated him.
podcast
I
really
hated
like
him. I hated him. I don't hate him. I don't know anything about
you didn't
him.
like
but
his Batman.
from the beginning of Justice League, I saw him move, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to watch how many hours of this." I also wasn't like super because he did Batman vs Superman too, right?
Yep.
I wasn't like crazy about that whole movie, but yeah, that was him too.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
It was all right.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. Remember that just reminded me right now that action figure that I have, that Batman, that you were like, who's that, Doomsday? And I was like, no, it's Batman, but it's in that story, Batman versus, it's a multiverse story. In that story, Batman.
Why did I say that? I
I
probably did.
don't even remember. It was sometime in a comic shop. It really isn't that important.
Who's Doomsday?
Doomsday killed Superman.
I feel like I
The
know
big rock
exactly
dude.
who it
He
is.
made a kryptonite that Lex Luthor made in.
It's not triggering right now for some reason. It's been a long week.
Oh boy.
So the computer that we edit all these videos on died.
God, yeah.
My laptop basically is not cool with using Photoshop anymore. So I've been editing all the videos on my wife's computer this week. It's been a week on top of trying to get the whole DJ thing ready for last night, but whatever. We're here now, and this is cool.
Moving forward.
And I thought we've been talking for like 10 minutes, and then I looked up and it was 25, and now it's 30, and now... I just... Sometimes when we film this podcast, dude, I don't even realize we're talking for as long as we do. It just kind of keeps going.
Yeah. But... yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that's happened. I feel like we've been on that CGC thing for a little while now.
Oh,
But what?
the whole thing before the Iron Man thing. So I read this week. I also took a screenshot, but my phone's over there filming the video, so I can't look at it. That was about Henry Cavill. I guess he's like got a whole list of movies that he's already agreed to and signed on for.
Yeah, I saw like this short that he did on YouTube, like the next day after Black Adam, or it was like Sunday,
Right?
like 2 days after Black
There's
Adam
like
released.
Superman 2, Aquaman 2, Justice League 2, Adam 2, like all this stuff. I was like, that's cool. I also found out this week that like the manager for him is the same manager as The Rock. So like they kind of made that whole thing happen in the first place. Again, speculation maybe, but
I heard something about that.
Yeah.
That The Rock did it on purpose so that he can ruin his spotlight. But that's all like clickbait. Like, I heard all that stuff, and I'm like, what? Like,
all right. The real thing I wanted to bring up. There may not be a Moon Knight season 2. It might be out.
Where'd you hear this?
I guess they just don't know if they want to do it, and
They don't know if they want to do it.
Oscar Isaac is doing a bunch of other stuff, but Oscar Isaac's like super excited to do it. And at the end of the article, it was like, if they don't do a Moon Knight season 2, people are gonna storm the studio faster than they did Area 51.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But I guess there's just I guess it's on the chopping block, or it's in limbo
It's
right now. They haven't
shelved.
made the decision to like go forward with it. And I thought you might feel a certain type of way about that because I was pooping and I was reading.
I almost want to cry a little bit,
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
We got so excited on it.
I know.
I think we just said it in one of the previous podcasts that we were so excited and we can't wait for them to keep putting out Moon Knight. What a great show Moon Knight is.
I know. But they did approve She-Hulk season 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude.
I feel like
I'm waiting for April Fools or something.
I feel like we've successfully brought up Moon Knight and She-Hulk in almost every podcast, but
Have we? I think those are our favorites right now.
yeah,
as far as the MCU's.
She-Hulk's his favorite right now. That's what he's saying.
That's one of yours. That's not at all.
It's
what
not
I'm
my
saying.
favorite. You just keep saying
You defended it so hard, and
that was before it was over. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I liked a lot of it, but then they really. Anyways, there's a whole episode about that.
Yeah.
I want to try something this week.
What's up?
So there's a bunch of stuff going around about people doing drafts on podcasts. I kind of brought it up. I was like, hey, get a list ready. I want to try to draft a 5-person hero team. And it's anything, we decided anything like Marvel, DC, Image.
Yep.
We decided not to go with anime because there's a million we could go with down that. But yeah, I don't know who goes first. Do you want to rock, paper, scissors?
I guess let's rock, paper, scissors, but let's kind of like, so it's all heroes, and then we want to kind of continue doing this, and we'll start funneling it down, going to villains some weeks,
if
something like that.
Unless something crazy happens this week, maybe we'll do villains next week, and then we'll do like Marvel heroes or DC heroes, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And if we keep coming up with drafts to do pertaining to like comics, movies, heroes, maybe we'll keep them up.
Yeah.
And see, you guys let us know if you agree with our team or who would be on your team, or, that's it. But if I pick it, you can't pick it. And if you pick it, I can't pick it.
Yeah.
I did write a couple down.
I know you put a little bit of thought into it. I purposely wanted to see what was going to happen if I know a lot of heroes, and it's like, I just want to see.
I just know, happen. Like, if I was on the spot, I'd be like, all the popular ones.
Yeah.
My thing would just be the Avengers, bro.
Right.
Because, like, those are just, like, the go-tos always.
Yeah.
Or, like, it'd be like, Batman, Nightwing, Robin. It's just like, you always see those names, so those are always going to be the first ones that come to mind.
Yeah,
so
let's just grab everybody on Titans.
Yeah. I just found, like, 100-person list, and I scrolled through it. I was like, oh, okay. I'm kind of refreshed with some of the people that I forgot about. I even learned about a couple that I didn't know about. But I'm also just like super influenced by like what I watched. Like yesterday, I was getting all my music ready for the show last night, and I was just like watching Green Arrow stuff, and I was like, Green Arrow would be a cool one for the list.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm just gonna pick one hero as the whole Green Lantern Corps. Like that's just one hero, and then my next hero is all of the Avengers. And then my next hero is the whole Bat family.
Right. So are we writing this down really quick, like as we pick, and then we like have our team and
I don't have a pen, so we're not gonna write it down.
Are we gonna explain why? Like, we picked them? Are we gonna do that like after we like? Okay, I'm picking this guy, and then it's like why?
We'll just figure it out.
Okay.
This is the first draft. We got 25 minutes left. I think we can figure out in 25 minutes.
Oh yeah,
we'll figure it out. So rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, we're gonna rock, paper, scissors, and that's. I have a plan of attack here, but it's all depending on how this game of rock, paper, scissors goes.
You're just gonna.
If this goes like one way, I have no plan.
You're just gonna pick the other universe's alternate.
A little bit, but not really, because I'm like trying to not do that.
Yeah.
But I want to see what happens.
I have a bunch of friggin' Pokemon coins, and I was gonna bring one down just to flip, but I forgot it. So here we go. Are we doing best of 3?
We'll just do whoever wins the first one. So
all
rock,
right.
paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Ready?
Dang it.
I didn't even look.
I had rock.
Okay, I like closed my eyes. I was like,
that's just a good way to go about life.
Yeah.
Just floor it and close your eyes.
There we go. Well,
All right, you got the first one.
I have no plan.
Well, your plan just takes into effect the second turn.
Right. A little bit. I want to choose my favorite, but I don't want to choose my favorite.
Hey, I thought of this as like I put a couple in that I thought were like strong, like heavy hitters, and then I used the rest of them to kind of round out the team.
Right.
Because I thought about it as a team, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's exactly how I'm thinking about it. You know,
if you just have five guys with the same powers or like similar powers, like another team would just destroy you. You know what I mean?
Right.
unless you had like five Superman, I guess you could argue that, or five Black Adams.
Right.
Superman, Black Adam, Sentry.
Right. Okay, one quick question before I go. So this doesn't include like a different multiverse, not like a different version.
I was thinking about that too.
Because I would say for this first one, we just keep it like Prime Earth
general.
one.
Well, I think just pick somebody, and then if there's like a specific one, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be like, I'm trying to think. Like Spider-Gwen is like a different universe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Like, can I just be like, I want the Miles Morales? You know, I mean, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have a specific, bring it up. Why not?
Right.
You know what? That's what we're doing. It's any hero.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with my first favorite that I fell in love with when I was a kid. I'm just gonna take Spider-Man.
All right.
I'll take Spidey.
I mean, going with everything else going on, I was going Deadpool number one.
Oh, I knew it.
I was. That's like the big reason that I watched Deadpool. I was like, I had him so heavy on the brain. And I was like, this dude killed all of Marvel, bro.
Yeah, right.
Quite the hero.
That's a crazy book. Wow. So number two. Oh wow, I feel like I have to get somebody that regens. So I mean, you said Deadpool, but I
hey man, you kind of actually sparked the Deadpool, and you sparked the Deadpool pick because of a meme you showed me the other day.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember the meme because it would give you a great pick, but
I mean Wolverine.
Yeah, pick.
That's my second.
Great pick.
That's my second. You know, I didn't. I'm setting that in stone right now. I picked him as my second. Wolverine is my second. Do you happen to have a pen?
No.
Okay, quick cut, I guess.
All right, we're back with a pen, a marker.
Right.
All right, so I was gonna put our first initials, but they are the same.
No, you're JH.
Well, I was like J. Oh, I can't. That doesn't work. So J G J H. You picked Spider-Man.
Spidey.
And then you picked Wolverine.
Yeah. So what's your second pick?
I need to look. I did write a couple down.
Okay.
I need to. I'm just gonna.
I'm not cheating.
Oh, okay. This one's hard for me. I have two in the slot. I feel like I'm going Red Hood.
Oof.
I'm going Red Hood. It was tough between Red Hood and Nightwing for me. You know, Nightwing, I said it before, Nightwing's my guy, but Red Hood's like right there with him for me. But I figured for my team, Red Hood's willing to go the extra mile, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's got the guns and he's willing to use them.
Yeah.
Deadpool's ready if he needs to do anything necessary.
That's a good one.
You know, so you can kind of see where I'm going with my team.
Yeah.
So what did I get? Red Hood.
Here we go. You got a pretty red theme there.
Hey,
Everything's
things
red.
might change.
Red.
I hate the color red too.
That's so funny. As you're using the red cable.
Yeah. Hey,
but
red is on the right, and from the camera, this is on the right.
Number 3. Well, I can't even pick him because I can't do that.
Well, who are you thinking?
I was gonna just go with like Deathstroke, but I can't.
Oh yeah, I feel like Deathstroke's a little villainy.
Well,
I think he's a little villain.
Well, actually, I was like Deadshot, Deathstroke, and I was like,
yeah,
Deadshot is a hitman. Like, there's no way. So I can't. I'm just gonna say those are like, are anti-heroes out the question?
I don't think because like Deadpool, I would even argue Red Hood are probably both. Deadpool is definitely anti-hero. Mm-hmm. I would argue that Red Hood is anti-hero. But I feel like I feel like if it's leaning one side, like we kind of brought up Spawn a little bit. I think Spawn's a little too dark, you know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel
because that's like anti-hero still, you know, he kills, you know, there's blood.
I feel like how I kind of thought about it is when I think of them, do I think of more stories of them going after villains or going after...
I'm thinking how good of a hitman he is, you know,
because I had Deathstroke on mine too for a while. That was in my head, and I was like, I don't think I could.
See, we went the same thought
because I also think about like Nightwing joined him, you know what I mean, and he was a villain at that point. So that's my thinking too, and like he captured Red Hood when he went back to the Teen Titans and stuff. So in my mind, like that's villainy in my
right.
I mean, unless you can give me an argument otherwise.
No, I 100% don't agree. I 100% agree. I mean, my only argument is that issue number 1, Batman carried a gun and he used to kill. But other than that, like,
hey, bro, I'm not mad about the guns. I just picked 2 people that carry guns.
I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, okay.
Because Red Hood. So I mean, when Red Hood first came back out of the Lazarus pit, he was very much like on that villain side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but even then Superman, you know.
Yeah, but then there's bad Superman too, and you know all that stuff. So yeah, I feel like just use our judgment.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say no for him, but my third pick is going to be Green Lantern.
Okay. I am not gonna lie. I'm going to finish writing. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know much at all about Green Lantern. And then the last couple days, I just kind of had movies and animated stuff playing in the background. And I totally almost added him to a list.
Yeah, he's really cool. I feel like
I thought I did add him to a list.
Right? You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
There it goes. I feel like he's super underrated. And that's a little bit why I was like, let me see, because I kind of thought, I was like, I don't think he's gonna think of Green Lantern right now.
Yeah,
you know, and that's why I chose it. And I feel like because he can be very OP.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so that's my number 3 is Green Lantern.
I would say my only like shortfall of him is like he's not willing to go that extra mile. Like he can't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
None of them.
It's like I watched the animated where Jon Stewart becomes Green Lantern. And he's mad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to, and the power's like, use of excessive force is prohibited. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, like I feel like in a team,
that's
like
how they nerfed him.
he's definitely good to have on a team. I mean, he comes from the Lantern Corps too, so he knows how to work on a team and all that stuff too. I didn't know if I was gonna get this pick, but I'm gonna go Batman.
You took it. Yeah. I was gonna take it. That was my first one. That's why I was like, I'm gonna pick my favorite, but then everybody's gonna be like, you pick Batman first? Like, of course you do.
I didn't think I was gonna get to turn 3. I actually had an alternative for Batman. I bet you'll never guess who it is. It's Moon Knight, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, if I make it to turn 3 and both of these are on the table, I can take one of them. It's cool.
Well, now I feel like I can't take it because you just told me you want to take it. But I feel like the responsible
it's still open. It's still open.
Is take Moon Knight now.
It's still open. Yeah, Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Turn 4.
Yeah. That's a straight defense move right there.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit of Marvel Snap. So I'm like, you know, the strategy here.
We've both been like sending each other screenshots of it.
I'm addicted to it. I love that game.
This is where it gets hard for me.
Okay.
This is where it gets hard for me. So I got aggressive people. I got like gadgets, smart people, acrobats. You know, I got all that stuff. But this is where I start thinking I need a big guy. And I don't know who I'm going with. I don't know if this is an easy choice for you. I think this might be I don't think you're going to think of the one that I thought I'm going to go with. Are you ready for this? I'm going Ant-Man. I'm going Ant-Man.
What?
I'm going Ant-Man.
I didn't think that. I did not think that. I was like, he took mine.
I'm going Ant-Man. And for this one, because when I got later in the list, I did put alternatives because I didn't know if you were going to pick some of them. So I had like Hulk, Thing, Ant-Man. I had them all. And I was like, but then when it came down to it, I'm like, but Ant-Man can also get small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he could be huge or he could be small. And I want to see what we'll finish this and we'll come back to it. Because I want to see what your next pick is.
Oh, Black Adam.
Black Adam, okay.
Yeah. 100%. But I'm waiting for yours because I have a feeling I almost took this one.
No, you didn't. I don't think you did. This is.
Do you want me to say it first, the one that I wanted to take right now, but I didn't? Or do you want to say it? And
Well,
I'll tell you after.
I have a backup in case this one doesn't work. We might have to talk about it a little bit. But yeah, let me know what yours is.
Oh, I was gonna say Superman.
Superman? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely not going with Superman.
But I 100% thought you were just gonna counter with Black Adam.
No. I never even wanted those two on my list. Never even wanted one of those two on my list. All right. I'm going Dr. Manhattan.
What?
Dr.
Okay.
Manhattan.
Okay.
That dude can do anything.
Yeah. Right.
Even create the new 52.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dang.
Well, first, before I write this down, is he a hero?
I would think more along the lines, but
Okay.
I don't know very, very much about Dr. Manhattan. You went on a deep one there.
Yeah. Well, I also just watched the season of Watchmen this week too.
Oh,
I
there
had
it
so
is.
much stuff going on.
Right.
I had so many things playing in the background because of all the computer issues. I was like, I waited for so many things to load, and then they got lost to a computer
Yeah.
crash, and I waited for things to load again. And I couldn't do it. Oh my god.
Right. Yeah, I say if Black Adam and Deadpool
Okay.
are
Yeah.
in that hero realm.
I also
then
didn't
100%.
know. I also didn't know Dr. Manhattan created the new 52. Like that's.
I
Like,
don't know very, very much as far as that kind of. You can't quiz me on him right
I
now. You know?
well, I do this thing where I'll watch something and then I just go on deep dives of it, and that's where the movie reviews and all that stuff come
Right.
from. You know what I mean? Because like as soon as the credits start on something, I like scroll through the credits to see if there's any kind of end scene, and then I immediately go to YouTube like, who's this? What's this? What's this story? What are the blah blah blah? Like
Yeah.
so.
Start reading books and
Yeah, I found out that Dr. Manhattan is the reason for the new 52, and he created it, and he created this, and he created Earths and planets, and like he can be everywhere and nowhere all at the same time,
That's
and
sick.
he can do all kinds of stuff.
Wow. Well, I'm in on that one.
Maybe I don't have enough knowledge on him, but I feel like he's a pretty strong pick to round
Yeah.
out the team. I know he can teleport people too, so like I wanted somebody who could teleport because like grab like Deadpool and like chuck him through a portal at somebody, or like grab Ant-Man, throw him through the portal, and he
Yeah.
grows and smashes something. Or
I was
know.
totally thinking somebody like that, or somebody pretty much just as fast.
yeah,
you know?
I was thinking like Doctor Strange or Nightcrawler.
Cool. Yeah, I
Um,
totally thought I was thinking Doctor Strange too.
Yeah. So, but then I like started learning more about like the Watchmen and Dr. Manhattan. I was like, that would be a cool pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the show at the end, he ends up dying, but like somebody ends up having to like trap him and create this whole like massive thing, and it's a
Dang.
whole thing. But I don't know if that's spoilers.
Whoops.
But the show's
cool.
the show's been out for a couple years, so all right. Is there a reason for Spider-Man other than just he's your favorite?
Yeah, that was my agile one. That was my fast,
Okay, yeah.
like can be a little bit more stealth and sneaky.
Yeah, I almost
know.
added like Flash,
Right.
and then reading.
I knew I needed somebody fast.
Yeah.
So I had a couple.
Yeah.
I'll explain that once we get down the list.
I was thinking like Flash. I almost picked Spider-Man too because after like reading King in Black, he was one of the only ones that was able to like get off the ground because like Captain America and all them were like stuck on the ground when Null like pulled up the ground around everybody and trapped everybody. And
Yeah, exactly. And-
check out the book breakdown from last week.
yeah.
But yeah, that book is crazy, 1 through 5. Deadpool, I feel like I already explained it a little bit, but like also he just regenerates like crazy. You know, you cut his
Yeah.
head off and he can put it back on essentially as long as he doesn't get too separated from it. Wolverine is your second pick.
Yeah, that was my regen. You know, I was like, I need somebody close to invincible. You know,
Right?
And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get the guys that I want yet. You know, and I was like, do I take them now? Or I was trying to play a little bit strategically, and somebody that's also kind of a badass. You know.
Yeah. So then I went Red Hood. I was thinking I wanted somebody like acrobatic, and you know, that's where I almost went Nightwing. Like Deadpool Nightwing was like my first thoughts. I've also been looking more into Red Hood lately, and I mean, I feel like Red Hood and Nightwing are kind of even to me. Red Hood's a little bit more violent, and like obviously he's got guns. He's good at using them. He's got other stuff that he's really good at. I think he's good at fighting and stuff. Where
Nightwing's more of a melee guy.
Nightwing is really acrobatic. You know what I mean? He was an acrobat, you know, stuff like that. So that's where I kind of separated the two. I was like, do I want somebody more like willing to go that extra mile, be more violent, I don't know if
we have that with Deadpool already, you know. So
but I wanted those two solid. I wanted those two heavy hitters right out the gate, you know what I mean? And I just ended up going Red Hood over Nightwing, and then we got Green Lantern. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but was there more to that?
The ring, you know, the also more if we something need with space and flying and stuff like that. Also just the ability to like make a giant fist and just smack somebody with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's dope. You know, make a giant if he needed to, but like can't really.
The one reason I ended up not going with Green Lantern was because like he has to power that ring up. You know what I mean? What if something, which is kind of confusing to me because he just like do crazy stuff, and then all of a sudden when he's doing nothing, he's like, "Yeah, you have to power the ring up." It's like, but he didn't have to while he's flying to the sun.
Right?
Like, where's the
pretty much like
where's the gas gauge on this thing? Like, you know what I mean? Then I ended up with Batman. I mean, it's Batman.
Yeah, yeah, he's a badass. You know, my move with Batman was gonna be because, like, I was like, oh crap, he took him. Yeah, was that he's 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Yeah, and
you know, and that's the whole thing. He almost knows what he's gonna do. He knows that this is gonna happen. He has an answer for everything, and has he ever really been wrong?
I mean, not really.
He's been a little late.
Yeah,
and that's how we got, you know, Jason Todd. We're in Red Hood and Nightwing and all that.
I mean, he could kill a couple of his enemies.
Yeah, but he's regardless. You know, he's good with the riddles, and he's like 10 steps. I feel like he's always 10 steps ahead.
There's also Detective Batman. There's, you know what I mean. There's all that stuff too. I mean, the different universe and different Batmans you get are totally different too. And
I was more using Batman for his head.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly
his
it.
Brain.
And then like all of his gadgets.
If I was going to choose him, but
all of his gadgets. I'm also looking at him like a Tony Stark kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If like Deadpool needed something, if Ant-Man needs something, if you know somebody needs something, I feel like he's got the money, he's got the ability.
He's got the supply.
I was thinking him like almost like a commander, captain of the team kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
And that's why essentially in the end that's why I pick him over Moon Knight, because I feel like Batman can be that captain of the team role a lot better than Nightwing or Moon Knight.
Right.
Not that Deadpool's gonna listen to anybody, not that not that Dr. Manhattan's gonna listen to anybody, but somebody who can come up with a plan. That's kind of where I got
and
that.
he's gonna use the fact that, you know, like I said, he's 10 steps ahead. He's going to use the fact that Deadpool's not going to listen to him to his advantage. He's going to tell him to do something, not to do it, knowing he wants him to. You probably end up doing it. You know,
reverse psychology, the crap out of
the whole thing. Like, I'm not going to kill him, but you know,
I got a couple guys here that will.
Exactly.
And I mean, he's got Red Hood on the team, so he knows Red Hood. You know, front to back, he knows Red Hood. He knows what
that's
Red Hood's going to do.
Already a good team up.
You know, that's cool too.
Yeah, and then my counter to that was Moon Knight. That was another. I straight up said that was a straight defense. Yeah, you know, with the gadgets and like the not gadgets. You know, but
with the throwing
batarang.
Yeah,
you know, moonerang.
Yeah. Going into Ant-Man, I kind of explained that. I just wanted a big guy. I did have the Thing on there. I was thinking the Thing over Hulk just because I feel like the Thing's a little bit more in control. Depending on which version of the Hulk that you look at, you know what I mean? I didn't want somebody on my team that would just go Hulk and like then you can't get him back or you can't control him or you know what I mean?
100%. If it's very like early on beginning of the story,
right, yeah.
Hulk, you know, yeah.
But I mean, if you get like smart Hulk, the Hulk that we have now, you know, but I think he's a little bit
Nerfed.
Yeah, he's nerfed. He's settled down. He's got some kids and he moved to the suburbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He just wants to play some golf. You know, if he's gonna be stuck like the Hulk forever, he might as well.
Dude, imagine how far the Hulk could hit a golf ball. This is a par 18, not for me. But yeah, that's. And then Ant-Man, I was like, he can control the ants. He can get small. So if you need somebody to like go under the door or you know what I mean, something like that, you got
make a million ants do it. You know?
Yeah, right. I mean, Deadpool and Red Hood are just gonna blow up whatever they need to. But you know, if Batman needs that guy that can kind of do anything, not do anything, but he can be any size. Or,
right.
And then you got Black Adam, which I mean that's self-explanatory. I feel like. Yeah. But was there any real reason why you picked him?
I mean, that was the defense to Deadpool. That was the defense to a lot of your team. You know, the fact that not that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But he could take out Batman pretty easily.
Black Adam. Oh yeah. Yeah.
He just got to grab him.
Yeah.
You know. Somehow Superman can't do that.
Well, I mean,
somehow. I think Superman more won't, but at the same,
right. But I mean, Superman also got kryptonite. Like, what's Black Adam's like real weakness like that?
I don't know.
Just
yet.
as I feel like Black Adam's.
I don't know yet.
Right. Yeah.
No.
At this point, it almost seems like Black Adam's real like shortcoming is just his attitude, or like his patience, his anger, his like rage. You know.
Yeah, he's real anti-hero. You know.
He also
he's protecting.
It's kind of like the Hulk. Like once he like gets something in his head and he doesn't like somebody, like he's gonna do something about it, and you can't tell him no. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Dr. Manhattan kind of talked about just. I mean, he's a god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can create anything, be anywhere, do anything. He could create people. He could create a planet. He could do whatever, you know? So, I mean.
So now versus them, like, you know what we should do? Would just cross my mind.
What's that?
Like, roll these characters out, D&D style, and just battle them.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably, like, D&D, like, character sheets out there for them.
Or we can just roll them.
Or we should just we just get a dice.
Yeah, we'd have to predetermine that, but that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Like a good.
I feel like if nothing else, we'll just grab like 2d20s and be like, all right, Spidey versus Deadpool roll. But if we
but I want the stats to play into characters, you know, because like realistically, like these are kind of I don't know who would.
But it's gonna be hard though, because like we're not gonna know until like we actually do the draft. So maybe next week,
right? We'll put a picture of this up on the screen, and we'll.
Oh no, I'm gonna put it up there. Yeah,
we'll show everybody. Like have it like in the corner.
Either something. That or like I'll do a short and you can check it out in the YouTube Shorts or on TikTok, or we'll figure it out. This is the first one.
Yeah,
this is the first one. So I definitely want to do villains. Now.
Yeah, let us know who you think won, because I feel like this is a pretty hard one. You know, I want to say, I don't know. I feel like with Wolverine, Black Adam, and Green Lantern, you know, but you have Deadpool, Dr. Manhattan, and Red Hood. But Batman. He's not going to be able to kill Black Adam.
He's also not going to die.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We have like people on our teams that won't die.
Yeah, this is just going to be a forever going battle. Let us know how you think it plays out. Somebody make a whole like backstory and everything. That'd be really cool.
That would be funny, yeah.
That'd be great. I would 100% love to take that screenshot in the comments and put it in a video. That would be so cool. Just being like, let us know the backstory of this fight, of how it happened, how it went down, why it ended, how it ended. things like that. That'd be really cool.
Like, you have realistically half your team could just like go, like Spidey goes up on top of a building, and Green Lantern flies, Black Adam flies, like Wolverine rides a motorcycle, but my team, other than Dr. Manhattan, couldn't even touch you.
Right.
I mean, I guess Dr. Manhattan could also just like make like a cage, just like put everybody in it.
But he can figure it out. And
Green Lantern could do a lot of that too, but with Green Lantern can't really like do things like
depends on how charged his phone is. You know, his ring.
But I mean, when I'm also, this is one scenario, and he just got his powers, the Ryan Reynolds movie, when he went to go save, I don't know if you've seen it, or spoilers from a movie from the early 2000s.
Right.
He went to go save, there's a helicopter crashing, and he went to go save it, and he turned it into a car riding down the road.
Yeah.
But then he had to like break the road to go do this other thing to save this group of people, and then he had to go back to the road just in time to catch the helicopter. So can he like? Could he
only do like a couple things
yeah,
at
like
once.
could he make this to do this, but also be fighting, but also, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's a little preoccupied and a little bit distracted and needs to be focused on one thing. That's what I think.
As far as I'm aware, and this, I'm like Dr. Manhattan's super new to me. He could just like create whatever he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, create like a box for everybody to fit into, and then
well, he can like teleport. Stuff and people, right? So you just okay. Just, I
don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like trying to defend your flying.
That's pretty hard,
right?
Especially with Black Adam being like a little bit of mix of everybody,
right? Yeah,
he's just dumb.
He can also beat up Superman pretty well. So
well,
we'll see.
Well, that was my counter with that. I was like, if he picks Superman, then like, I mean, Black Adam, like, we know what happened.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I want to know how they're going to play that out in number 2.
We'll see.
This has been really
4 years.
I think it's going to be sooner than
2 years.
Probably.
We'll see. But, I mean, because they want to do other like Superman movies. Well, is it? I don't know.
They got a lot of Superman stuff coming out and everything.
I like this.
Yeah, that's cool.
I definitely want to do villains next. I think it would also be. That's what we should do. After we do villains, we should take your villain team against my hero team. Take my villain team versus your hero team and see what happens.
That'd be a good idea.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right. This is the first week of this.
All right.
I think this podcast was pretty cool.
I think this was a lot of fun. This draft pick with the heroes. That was really cool.
When I brought this up to you too, you're like, this is going to take 5 minutes. What else are we going to do?
Right. It took, we had to work a couple things out, have to explain a couple things. I feel like the more and more we get into it, the quicker it can happen. Right. But I think this is a really cool idea. And then we'll see how it kind of goes from here. I can't wait to like see what kind of teams build up and stuff like that, Yeah,
and, I didn't have anybody on here that I didn't talk about. That was the only thing. Like, if I didn't write this down, I probably would have ended up with like not Dr. Manhattan. That's like the only one that I wasn't like boop 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 boop. I would have ended up with probably Nightcrawler or Doctor Strange.
Right. I mean, Doctor Strange would have been a really good one too.
I just like Nightcrawler.
Right.
He looks cool. Like his whole character is cool.
He's pretty sweet. But
yeah,
that's been fun.
That's that. Next week, is anything coming out next week? Wakanda Forever is after that, so that's not gonna be next week.
Is it?
It's on the 11th.
Okay, yeah. So we still got like 2 weeks.
So
till Wakanda Forever.
But we do have Deadpool coming out. We got Deadly Duo coming out.
Yes.
We depending on how the week goes and when we get into reading those and stuff, we might be talking about that next week.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely probably come back for another draft next week. And I mean, that'll be. We'll see where Lights Comics action goes.
Right. We'll probably be doing this at the end of every.
Yeah, until we run out of ideas. So if you got ideas for a draft, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be
we want to
cool.
keep them. We want to keep them pretty close to like superheroes, comics, stuff like that. We're also kind of throwing around the idea of like maybe looking into top 10s just for other things in general, but those are other things that we're working on. We're changing up the poll list every week, and I think it keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I love shooting that one.
It's still an early channel, and we appreciate the people. We're definitely having people looking, having people commenting, and I appreciate that a lot. Thank you all for being here. That's that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can you think of anything else?
That's it. Other than, check out the Dubby,
Dubby.
Dubby.gg, and you use promo code Collective Comics when you go to checkout. Saves you 10% on Dubby Energy. Guys, like, comment, and subscribe. This has been the Lights Comics Action Podcast. This is episode number 3.
Episode number 3.
And that's been that.
This has been Collective Comics.